Cain and Abel. As darkness fled from the heralding of a new epoch where the vast uncertainty of existence was but a nascent thought in the minds of humanity's forebears, the first bloodkin were born unto the exiles of Eden, Adam and Eve. Two sons emerged from the enigmatic dawn, bound by blood, yet disparate in spirit. Cain, the elder, and Abel, his junior. Cain, weathered by the yoke of seniority, committed himself to an intimate kinship with the earth. This was not the benign cradle of life as we perceive it, but an ancient, pulsating entity, alive with a mystifying energy that reached back into the primordial abyss. His was a labor of stoic persistence, a ritual of planting and harvesting, of giving and taking from the cryptic soil that nurtured them. Contrarily, Abel sought the companionship of the cryptic creatures that roamed the untamed sprawl. He was a shepherd to his flock, caring for the beasts that carried with them an air of primordial existence. Their bleats were but echoes of a time forgotten, resonating with a language older than humanity itself. Their lives, though simple in pursuit, were held under the gaze of celestial scrutiny, bound to the will of the enigmatic force they revered as God. Their offerings, sprung from their labor, were but extensions of their souls, presented to the watchful eyes in the sky. Little did they anticipate the dramatic interplay their ordinary lives would soon dance to, a dance choreographed by the cold, indifferent hands of the cosmos. It was beneath the cruel, all-seeing gaze of the cosmos that the brothers, Cain and Abel, rendered their offerings in deference to the divine entity they understood as God. They acted in obedience, each seeking to appease this celestial force that seemed to orchestrate the rhythms of their existence with an ineffable and chilling indifference. Cain, hands stained with the lifeblood of the earth, presented his offering. He brought forth the strange fruits of his toil, twisted specimens of the land's yield, pulsating with the ancient cryptic energy of the soil from whence they sprouted. Their gnarled shapes and iridescent hues were a testament to the unknowable forces that guided their growth from seed to harvest. In stark contrast, Abel, the shepherd, drew from his ghostly flock. With an air of solemnity, he selected the finest lamb, its life force vibrant, an embodiment of primal vitality. He presented this lamb, a creature unstained by the ravages of time, its heart still thrumming with the rhythm of life, as an offering to the celestial force. Then, from the heavens, a reaction, unyielding and impersonal, reverberated. The divine entity favored Abel's offering, the life force of the innocent lamb proving pleasing, while Cain's contribution of eldritch crops was met with chilling silence. No divine recognition nor gratitude graced Cain's efforts, and in this denial a bitter frost of cosmic jealousy began to crystallize in the elder brother's heart. This heavenly favor, or lack thereof, marked a turning point in their lives, setting in motion a sequence of events as unpredictable as the flight path of a comet. Ignorance of their mortal existence was replaced by an unsettling understanding of their insignificance beneath the aloof celestial forces, a realization that would breed unspeakable horrors under the unblinking eyes of the cosmos. In the cold, indifferent realm of dreams, where the laws of mortal reality yield to the whims of the subconscious, a new influence began to assert its will upon Cain. This was Nyarlathotep, the crawling chaos, an entity from a realm so estranged from our comprehension it belonged to the inky void between the stars. It perceived Cain's rejected offerings, his burgeoning jealousy and unspoken rage, and sensed a suitable disciple in his disillusioned spirit. As Cain slumbered in the eerie quietude of his humble dwelling, the night air pregnant with an untamed energy, Nyarlathotep weaved its way into his dreams. The deity did not impose its presence as a violent storm, but rather slipped in like a chilling breeze, whispering insidious promises into the depths of his subconscious. In the vast spectral dreamscape, Cain found himself standing before a shimmering visage of the deity. It whispered, its voice 1,000 echoes coalescing into a haunting symphony. It promised Cain retribution, a sweet revenge against the divine entity that had cast him aside. Its words seeped into his mind like a slow-acting poison, tainting his perceptions with thoughts of violence and retribution. But the deity demanded a price, a sacrifice to match the scale of its offered revenge. Abel, the favored brother, must be offered. In the silent chorus of the dream, the decree reverberated, leaving an indelible mark on Cain's psyche. He awoke with the whispering voice of the deity still echoing in his mind, the dream and its chilling promise lingering like a cold mist. His heart harbored a seed of darkness, now watered by the whispers of Nyarlathotep. Unbeknownst to him, his fate was being guided by the cold, indifferent hands of cosmic forces as they continued to play their horrifying tune on the strings of his mortal existence. In the dim light of an age-old field, a spectacle of horror played out under the indifferent cosmic expanse. Cain, now a puppet in the grotesque hands of Nyarlathotep, had lured his younger brother Abel into this ancient, forsaken expanse of land, bearing the whispers of the deity like an unseen mark on his soul. The stars, those distant, cryptic observers of time's inexorable march, cast their cold, uncaring light upon the scene. Cain's heart pulsed with an unearthly rhythm, mirroring the indifference of the cosmos. His spirit, once vibrant and full of life, now resounded with the chilling echoes of Nyarlathotep's insidious whispers. With a gravity that seemed to stretch the very fabric of time, Cain moved. His hands, stained with the lifeblood of the earth he had so diligently tilled, committed an act of unspeakable horror. He offered his younger brother Abel a sacrifice of cosmic proportions to the crawling chaos. In the haunting silence that followed, the echoes of Abel's life force faded into the ether, claimed by the deity that had manipulated Cain into performing this ghastly act. Nyarlathotep, having received the tribute, receded into the fathomless depths from whence it came, leaving behind a man scarred by an act so terrible it echoed through the cosmos. Beneath the twinkling stars, Cain stood alone, the magnitude of his action seeping into his being like a cold, nebulous fog. His fratricide had sealed a pact with an entity far beyond his comprehension, irrevocably etching his name into the annals of cosmic horror. His fate was now intertwined with the indifferent forces that govern the cosmos. His story a testament to the chilling influence they could wield on mortal life. In the aftermath of the horrific act, a silence so profound fell over the field, as though the universe itself held its breath, suspended in the chilling wake of the fratricide. The very air seemed to curdle with the echo of Abel's death cry, a ghostly testament to the grim scene of brotherly betrayal. The celestial overseer, God, descended into this chilling silence, his voice like a sonic thunderclap, tearing through the fabric of the mortal realm. "Where is Abel, your brother?" The question hung in the air, a spectral guillotine over Cain's head. Yet even in the face of divine inquiry, Cain's heart echoed the uncaring coldness of the cosmos, forever tainted by the chaotic touch of Nyarlathotep. He retorted with a question of his own, a phrase that would echo through the eons, the chilling insignia of his betrayal. "Am I my brother's keeper?" Those words, uttered in defiance, reverberated through the indifferent expanse of the universe. An admission of his terrible act, an echo of his fall from grace, and a chilling testament to the corruption of humanity under the influence of cosmic forces beyond their comprehension. For within his icy query lay the acknowledgement of his deed, the first fratricide, born out of jealousy and the manipulative whispers of an inscrutable deity. Cain, now a murderer, stood alone under the unsympathetic cosmos, his words a chilling reminder of his descent into the unfathomable abyss of cosmic horror and the irreversible taint of his spirit. In the aftermath of Cain's chilling defiance, the divine entity known as God delivered upon him a dreadful decree, a curse of wandering eternally upon the face of the ancient earth. The divine sentence resounded through the cosmos, a grim symphony of retribution for the fratricide of cosmic proportions. Yet, in the midst of this terrible judgment, a strange mercy was extended. An emblem, alien and arcane, was branded upon Cain, a symbol pulsating with eldritch power. It served as an eternal promise, a sevenfold curse upon any who dared to harm the first murderer. Thus, marked by the celestial hand of God, Cain began his endless journey, driven from the warmth of his homelands into the cold wilderness of the unknown. His was a fate of ceaseless wandering, a testament to his unfathomable transgression. The image of Cain with his eldritch mark glowing against his forehead, standing alone against the backdrop of the starless universe, became a dire warning. It was a symbol of the insurmountable consequences that awaited those who dared cross mortal boundaries, propelled by the whispering influences of chaotic cosmic entities. The tale of Cain and Abel, first of their line, resounded through the ages as an echo of the primordial horrors lurking in the corners of human potential, forever reminding their descendants of the dire cost of submitting to the siren call of forces beyond mortal comprehension. We hope you enjoyed this horror story. Consider liking and subscribing to support our creators. Thank you, and we hope to see you next time.